Hi, welcome to the third and last video of the first week. So you've hopefully watched part one and part two. Part one talks about the class in general. Part two goes through the syllabus and what's going to be expected of you throughout the rest of the semester. And this part three is about your first week's assignment and how you're going to go about handing in assignments to Blackboard using Google Docs. So again, if you look through here, I'll remind you, weekly content. So you will be able to find the weekly content. So far, the two videos and the web content. The third video will be added when you have access to Blackboard. And then the other place is assignments and submissions. So I'm going to make this available right now so I don't forget. You're getting an inside look into how Blackboard works. Make assignment available. And what you'll notice is that, like I told you in the previous video, this class will run Monday from Monday. So all of your weekly assignments, when you have them, will be due at 11:59 p.m. of that Monday evening. So your first assignment this week is due on the 10th, or a week from this upcoming Monday. All right, before I go get into this stuff, I want to talk about Google Docs for a second. So here I am, I'm logged into my matc.ed email. You would be logged into your GMATC email. So you should all be able to do that. You should be checking your email on a daily basis. Very easy to connect Gmail to your phone or use a good third-party app to manage all of your accounts. We'll go through, I'll give you some ideas and tips on that as we progress through the course. Up here, you have these three little dots, and when you click on it, you get to see all the different Google services. I'm going to talk about two today. The first one is Google Drive. So for people who are unfamiliar with the Google suite of applications, Google Drive is your cloud storage solution provided to you by Google in your Google account. So for every Google account you have a Google Drive. And what's great about Google Drive, it's a cloud storage program. So for example, if I were to click here, new, and I were to click file upload, you'll notice that I have files in here that I could upload. And if I wanted to, let's say I wanted to upload this picture of myself, I would go ahead, you can see it uploading. Okay, and then I'll refresh. And there it is. Okay, so this file, this JPEG, now is uploaded onto Google servers. Let's say I decide today I'm done and I take a plane to China, and I get there, and I'm in Beijing, and somebody says, "Hey, we want you to become an instructor here for this semester." I say, "Oh my God, I don't have a profile picture." Well, yes, I do. If I get on an internet, if I get on Wi-Fi or have internet access there, bring up Google Drive, I would have access to this picture and being able to download it. So Google Drive is an awesome place. And it's all different files, PDFs, Word docs, MP3s, if everybody uses MP3s anymore, but any kind of digital file that you can do, you can upload to Google Docs. There's really no reason to be carrying around a USB key anymore to save documents on it. Now, I know when I go through this, some people say, well, Office 365 has all this. Well, I believe that for students, Google Docs is far more sufficient. It's free. I know 365 would be free for you as a student too, but it's free, and I think they're a little bit ahead of where Office is. Office, you still have this Word document. So the other cool thing, and which you'll see when we get to Google Docs, is if I right click on this document, you'll notice that I can easily do a lot of different things with it. I can preview it, I can open it up with something else, but more importantly here, I could share it. And so let's just say I wanted to send this picture to my wife. I could get a shareable link, and now you'll see that it's private but not shared. And I have different sharing settings that I can set, which you're going to get very accustomed to with Google Docs. So when I go through Google Docs, you'll see this is the same interface of sharing. And when I go through the Google Docs. So what I'm saying is that Google Drive is an incredibly powerful resource for you. I would start using it and making it part of your student life. I think once you get used to it, this class will reinforce that, but you will see how much simpler your life can be. There are applications for both Google Drive and Google Docs, which I would suggest that you download from the Play Store or the Apple Store. They're awesome applications. And in the Blackboard mobile app, you're going to be able to connect your Google Drive or Google account to Blackboard. So at least your submissions, now you can't do it on the the desktop yet, but on the web, once you got your stuff done, you would be able to submit your Google Doc links, which I'll show you in a second, into your Blackboard assignment. Okay, so that's Google Drive. And then the next one we're going to talk about is Google Docs. Okay, so again, all of the stuff that you submit and complete and do will be done natively in Google Docs. I never want a shared Word document uploaded and given to me. I always want a native Google Doc. I don't want files. I want links, and I'll show you how to do that in a second. So under assignments, you'll notice here that always down here, assignment 1, if I click on that, it's going to open up, guess what, a Google Doc. And that Google Doc is going to tell you what is expected for this delivery, this assignment and the deliverable. All right. So the purpose of this first assignment is to get you used to and to have you dig out your old resume, but also to get you used to how submission is going to take place. And then for the online class, there's going to be a little bit of an extra work because you're going to have to go take a couple of extra steps to create a Google Doc and share it with your Blackboard team. I'm going to come back to this one last, okay, to talk to you about because I'll be able to show you where your teams are and whatnot. So I'll end with that. But really, this one and that one, this one is a copy and paste, hopefully, to show you how to copy and paste. This one is creating something from original contact in a Google Doc. And then this one is to get you to learn how to collaborate, okay? So first assignment, you need to copy what you hopefully have as a current resume. Might be an old resume. I don't really care about the content of the resume. We're going to be doing the resume over from scratch, most likely. So, and more likely than not, most of you probably have a chronological resume. If you do not have a resume, you're going to have to create something this week, at least something halfway passable. I mean, it won't be wasted work because you're going to have another assignment where we're actually creating resumes. But my assumption is that most people have a resume in Word already. So what we're going to do is we're going to create a new Google Doc. We're going to title it resume. And then, like I said, my assumption is you might have a Word document with your resume already in it. So if I click here and I see resume, and this is just a resume template, I'm going to go ahead and copy that. And I can right click and hit copy. And then I'm going to go here and I'm going to click paste. Now I right clicked, okay? And you'll see how all the formatting got jumbled up. I'm not really worried about that right now. I don't care about that. You might also have to use your key commands to copy and paste. So on a Windows machine, that's, Control V, Control C. I don't even know what they are, but if you have issues with copying and pasting, you go to Google and you click on copy and paste. Well, if I could spell paste. Okay. And it will give you all the different ways in which you can copy and paste. There will be many different articles on how you can copy and paste. I use WikiHow a lot. I love WikiHow. You'll see WikiHow has a great, nice article on all the different ways you can copy and paste. Okay, so now that I have my document in my Google Docs format, now comes what is going to be a repetitive action for all the rest of these documents, except for the team sharing. But you're going to click on share, and then you're going to click on advanced. And right now you'll notice that here, these are the permissions of this document. I am the owner and only I can access it. And what we're going to do is we're going to click change, and we're going to have these specific options available to us. So the first one is on anyone with Milwaukee Area Technical College with link, meaning you have to be in the Milwaukee Area Technical College domain, but you also have to know the link in order to access it. Here is the second one, which is Milwaukee Area Technical, means that it's public to the domain of Milwaukee Area Technical College, and it'll be searchable by within that domain, but that's it. Then you have kind of the same one, anyone with link, which is the one we will be using. Okay. Anyone with link can access, no sign-in required. And basically what this is, it puts the page out there, but you have this huge long link that you would need, and it does not make the document searchable by Google. So basically it exists out there, but you'd have to have the link. And we're not putting anything out there that is secretive or anything like that. Nobody are looking or can happenstance upon these. And so anyone with link provides the path of least resistance for everybody involved, including me. And then the other one is public on the web. So if you were actually wanting to create a web page, this creates a web page in Google Docs. Google will eventually scrawl it and spider it, and it will be searchable just like a public web page. You can also change the permissions, and for all of your documents, I always want you to choose can comment. Okay, can comment. Now it's not going to be important for these because I'm probably not going to comment. I'm just looking to see that well, I mean, I'm going to check that I can comment, but I want to make sure that they're accessible and they're handed in the way I want them handed in. Then I'm going to click save. Okay, and here's the link. Okay. So I'm going to copy that link, and I'm going to go back to Blackboard. And in order to submit in Blackboard, I'm going to click on the assignment, and I'm going to click here where it says write submission, and I'm going to paste the link. Okay. I can also link it if I want to. I can type in like the word resume, and I don't care which way you do it for this first one, or if you want to do it both ways. And I can click link. And I can click and paste here, and I can say open a new window, and I can say insert, and now resume becomes a clickable link. So that's your first document that you're submitting, is your resume. Your second one here is your social media bio, and I've given you 3 different links on how to write a social media bio. Again, the reason I want you to do this is I want you to start a Google Doc from scratch. Okay. So Google will automatically save your documents. So I don't have to hit save or anything. I just go back and my resume will be there. Okay. And then I'm going to create a new document, and I'm going to call it social media bio. And you may ask, well, what is a social media bio? Well, again, I provided those links for you. But if I go, let's say, to my Twitter account, you'll see my social media bio, and here it is. So I'm a professor in IT and social media strategies advantages at Milwaukee Area Technical College, and all around Renaissance geek, peace, love, and understanding. Now, I don't want, hopefully you're not copying and pasting. So I want you to actually type something and actually create something. Now, again, this isn't written in stone. You can, you know, whatever. You can, it's not going to, it doesn't have to be, you know, it can change. Don't worry about it for now, but you're going to write a couple of sentences following those articles on creating a social media bio. And you're going to do the same thing. You're going to click share. You're going to go to advanced. You're going to go change. You're going to click on anyone with link can comment. You're going to save it. You're going to copy it. And then you're going to put in the link. And if I want to, again, link it, I can go bio. I have a microphone in front of me and hard to type because I'm reaching around it. Bio, and there. And then I link the path. I insert, and there it is. Okay? So you'll be doing that for the first number 1 and number 3. Okay? And then your second assignment is to start with your team. Now, in class, this was a much easier project because they met with each other in person and whatnot. If you go to your Blackboard site again, you've all been assigned teams. Now you're going to see something different than I see. You're going to see just the team that you're in. And when you click on your team, you have some group tools. You have the names of the members. You can email them. You can do this. You can start a discussion board. There's a lot of different ways you could do this. I believe when you send email, the problem is you do not see their email addresses. And that's kind of what I want to get to. So you could start off this way and have everybody somebody could, email everybody and say, please respond to this with your email address. Somebody's probably going to have to take the lead on this, but you're going to have to communicate initially using the Blackboard tools in Blackboard for your teams. Okay. And again, it's part of taking an online class. So you may want to do something like go to a group discussion board, create a form here, say share emails, whatever. Once that's all done, then one of you is going to have to take the lead and create a Google Doc, right? And you're going to call it team contact information. So however you decide to get your emails. So this will be one document per team. And then what you're going to do is you're going to share it. But instead of you're going to still do this. You're still going to go change anyone with link, can comment. That's still going to be done by the person who creates this document. But now what you're going to do is you're going to add the emails. So I'll add my Tony@IT@MATC email, right? And I'll hit, I can add a message if I want. And so all of the emails of your team, for whoever's creating this document, would be put in here. And then you're going to click send. Okay. And it should be your GMATC emails. And so now what you'll notice is that this next person has access to this document. Okay. And that person will get an email. Okay. And then they would open it up and they would be able to add all of their contact information. And that document then would be shared. Then for each one of you on your assignment, you're going to do the same thing. You're going to copy the link, go back to Blackboard, right? And I close that instance of Blackboard, but you're going to then submit that third link. Okay. So for the online class, getting to that stage where you're sharing your emails will initially have to be done on Blackboard, and somebody might want to take the lead, or if a couple of you or get to the discussion board and decide who wants to take the lead. I mean, it's not the worst thing if 2 people send out documents. You can always then just delete one, but some of you are going to have to take the lead. And again, what I'm looking for is all the preferably shared content to being able to be getting a hold of as a team. Plus, it's also going to show you how you all can create one document and you can all be all over the place and you can all collaborate. And we'll have more information on revisions and all this as we move forward. You could also introduce, because we're not in person, you could also write a little blurb about yourself, introducing yourself to your other teammates. We did this in person. I didn't add it because, but I want you at least to get talking to each other and at least complete this document. All right. So then you'll end up with 3 links, 1, 2, 3 for your team. This link will be the same for each of you. You're going to submit those links, and then you're going to go ahead and submit them in Blackboard. And that's it. That's pretty much it. Trying to think if I said, one last thing. I made these teams, I think maybe 3 or 4 days ago. And I know there have been people who may have been added or been allowed into these sections. So if you click on teams and you do not find yourself enrolled in the team, you need to email me ASAP and I will add you to one of the existing teams. Okay. So again, you would check the teams. If you don't see anything here, what that probably means is that you added the class after I created the teams and I have to enroll you in one of the teams. All right. So everyone enjoy your Labor Day, your last couple of days of freedom. And I look forward to a fun and productive semester. Again, I'm going to reiterate, it is very, very important that you read and watch the weekly content that I provide to you. Like I said, it'll eventually be part of your grade. I'm doing the best to track. So make sure you watch and read the content. It is not that much stuff. And what you're going to hear from me next week, this class is about doing something day by day eventually, not for 3 hours on a Saturday, nothing like that. What you're going to want to do is put in 20 minutes, a half hour a week into investing in yourselves. And that's what's going to be so, so important. So again, if you have any questions, please reach out, text me, email me, however you want to contact me. All right. Thank you. Have a great weekend. I look forward to a fun and productive semester.